Hi everyone, thank you for joining me for today's Pilates flow. Today's flow is going to be a 10-minute series using the ball. If you don't have a ball, you can use a pillow, a towel, or anything like that. So let's get started. You can put the ball to the side for a second and we're going to start in a seated position, closing those eyes, resting those hands in your lap. We're just going to take 2 big inhales. So give me a big deep breath through the nose and exhale it out through the mouth. One more big inhale through the nose and exhale it out through the mouth. Float open those eyes. We're going to come onto our back. So you can hug those knees into your chest for a breath. And lower it down. We're going to place the ball into the small of our back on our lower back. And from here, your arms are going to come out to a diagonal at your sides, nice and strong, really pushing through the palms. And the feet are going to be flat on the mat. And we're just going to lift the right leg up and then lower it down, and then the left leg up into a tabletop position, lowering it down. It's really important here while we do the moves with the ball in our lower back is that we're really pulling that belly button in towards the ball, in towards the spine, and keeping the core nice and engaged, and we're not doming at the core. So just give me one more each side. Just starting off slow here. And then on this next one, we're going to keep the right leg lifted and then bring the left leg to meet the right, lower the left, and then switch. Lifting up the left leg into tabletop, right leg to meet it, lower the left, lower the right. So this one definitely takes a little bit more core engagement when we lift the second leg to meet the other. Remember, keeping belly button in, pulled towards the spine. We're not rocking back and forth, just really slow and controlled here is the key. And on this next one, we're going to keep the legs in tabletop and we're going to straighten the right leg and bring it in to meet the left, and then straighten the left leg, bring it in to meet the right. Really stable here. The ball isn't moving side to side. Really using the lower abs for this exercise. Give me one more each side. And then we're going to extend the right leg out and lower it, hovering above the mat and bringing it back in to meet the left, and then alternating. So if you haven't realized it already, we've kind of added on to each exercise here, slowly making it a little bit more challenging. Make sure you're breathing. Exhale as you lower. Inhale as you bring the leg back up. Give me 2 more each side. And last one. Good. You can hug those knees in towards your chest. Exhale it out. You can remove the ball from your lower spine, and we're going to bring it up towards the top of our back, kind of where your bra line would hit. You can extend the legs nice and straight out, arms behind your head, and we're going to sit it up and then really lower it down so your back is kind of doing a little rainbow here. So pulling in the core when we come up, pressing it in towards the mat, and then really extending the shoulders and the chest nice and strong. Give me 7 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, And last one right here. And lower it down. You can extend those arms long to really get a good stretch in those shoulders and in that chest. And sit it up and remove the ball. Now we're going to bring it in between our knees for some glute bridge work. So feet are about 2 palms distance from the glutes. Hands are nice in a diagonal at our sides, pressing into the mat. We're going to squeeze the ball and lift it up slowly. Adjust yourself as needed. And squeezing the ball, we're just going to lower the hips and bring them up. Squeeze at the top for 10. 9. Really squeezing into the ball at the top for 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. Give me 2 more. And on this last one, we're going to hold at the top and we're just going to pulse it in and out, squeezing the ball with those glutes at the highest point for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep the hips lifted. We're going to bring the arms straight up and we're going to tap the right hip to the mat, squeeze the ball, and then the left hip. Squeeze the ball. Give me 9 more each side. Just lightly tapping the hip, bringing it to the top, squeezing the ball, and then you repeat for 7, 6. Give me 5 more. Really articulating each move as we tap the hip, pulse it up, squeeze the ball, tap the hip, pulse it up, and squeeze. Last 2 each side. And 1 more. Really squeeze the ball. Lower the arms and slowly lower the hips. Bring the knees into the chest. You can move that ball. It's okay if it rolls. And just bring those knees over towards that right side. Looking over the left shoulder for a breath. Switching sides, bringing those knees over towards the left side, looking over that right shoulder. And we're going to slowly sit it up. So we're going to come up onto our side here, like you do. Rest your head and your hands in a slight bend in that bottom leg. And the top leg is pointed straight. And we're just going to reach towards the top leg. So both the arm and the leg are lifted. Just a little pulse right here. Give me 8, 7, really feeling it in those obliques for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. You can rest it down, bring that top leg into a 90-degree bend and that bottom leg straight out. We're going to reach the arm towards the sky and we're going to pulse that right leg for 10, 9, really keeping the core plugged in for 8, 7, pointing through that bottom leg, it's nice and straight, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. We're going to come up on over into that other side. So again, resting the head in the hands, slight bend in that bottom leg, top leg is lifted and pointed, and we're just going to reach the top arm with the ball towards the leg for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Bringing that top leg into a 90-degree bend, straightening the bottom leg, lifting the arm high and pulse with that bottom leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, really reach through that top arm for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. We're going to come into a plank position, but we're going to first place the ball in between our inner thighs. So come on up into a nice strong plank position, fingertips wide, feet about hips distance apart, core plugged in, and we're just going to rock it side to side, squeezing the ball. Don't let it drop. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Bring those knees down, and we're going to actually walk the knees in until we're in a tabletop position, keeping the ball squeezed in between the upper thighs, and we're just going to hover the knees an inch above the mat. We're just going to hold here, squeezing that ball for 10, 9, 8, core is plugged in here for 7, 6, 5, 4, you got it for 3, 2, and last one, lower it down. You can remove that ball. We're just gonna bring it back into a downward facing dog, really pedaling out those heels, stretching everything that we just did. You can push those shoulders back towards the legs. And we're just gonna move it in through a plank and then slowly lower it down into an upward facing dog. Take a deep breath. Look over that right shoulder. And then the left. And open those knees wide and sit it back into a child's pose. Reach the arms forward. You can sway side to side. Slowly walk those hands up and come into a seated position. And I hope you enjoyed today's flow. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.